Hi everyone. Today, this video is to discuss about some of the factors which might affect your flat or apartment buying in the next 2 3 years. In this video, I'm just discussing about the negative factors. I'll make another new video about any of the positive factors that might come in. So, firstly, it's about multiple jobs and back to office. So back during COVID, right? 2020, 2021, 2022, there was a real IT boom. And because of that, people have been doing multiple jobs. So if you see in US, right, people who are working in consultancies, they have been doing 2 3 jobs in a consultancy. Those who are earning like $70,000 per annum have been earning like around 200K, 250K, etc. So which is like 3x of their actual salaries. So in the same way, I mean, there are even before concluding that previous statement. I heard that there were even some people who worked on like 6 to 8 jobs. They hired people in India. They just give people like 1 lakh per month per job, and they got like they did something like a 50-50 example. If they're getting like a $70,000 pay right per year, so around $20,000 they have given for someone in India, and they just got the rest of $50,000. So that's one. So all these are like the investors. And what really happened in this case is in US, they can show only one job. They can't really show two or all the 3 jobs. So what they did is for one job, they took all the money. So ఒక జాబ్ కి వాళ్ళకు వచ్చిన మనీ మొత్తం యుఎస్ లో చూపించారు. The other jobs, they have been transferring the amount, the money they have been getting from the consultancies have been directly transferring it to their Indian accounts, be it like their parents, their relatives, or their cousins, etc. And that's how they were able to avoid all the taxes here in US and even in India. So all that money is right now gone. So most of that money which went to India might have gone into real estate because I mean, so if you see right, this apartment payments are like what really happens is you have multiple payments like so there is something like when they start the foundation, you need to pay 10,000, fifth floor 10,000, eighth floor 10,000, like that. So that's the reason, right? Most of the people went with high rises, and because the payment plan is flexible, right? So most of this money went into high rises, I would say, or into real estate. That's one. So that is gone. With that being gone, I think the builders need to recalibrate. That's one. Second one is unlimited FSI itself. So people have constructed a lot of flats. So officially, or channels or YouTube, I mean, people say that there are around 1 lakh unsold inventory. But my estimate is there is more than 2 lakh unsold inventory right now, or flats in Hyderabad. All and at least 1 to 2 more lakhs of inventory that is going to come in the next 3 to 4 years. So all this inventory takes a lot of time to sell. So at least what the previous estimates are, Hyderabad sells around 30 to 40,000 houses a year on official figures. Unofficially, it might be like 50 to 60,000 maybe. So with that count, right, with 4 lakh inventory that is coming up by 4 years, it will be like if we have around 4 lakh inventory, right? It takes anything between 5 to 6 years for all of it to sell if suppose we are not adding any new inventory. So yeah, there is a lot of supply that is already in the market and that is coming into the market. So we need to be really careful about that. And the third one is the boom period is actually over between 2009 and 2023. So that's when there is COVID, and that's when people preferred moving to bigger houses, or people who got new jobs, of mostly IT jobs, wanted new houses. Along with that, the builders have been using this unlimited FSI, and the boom that came from people doing multiple jobs. all of that boom is over because I think the IT boom itself is over. Now we are not seeing people get doing multiple jobs, and even in India, mostly they are just doing one single job. So people don't really have money, and the boom period is not specific to Hyderabad itself. Even in other cities like Pune, Bangalore, maybe not Bangalore, but Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, all these cities, I think the real estate has really slowed down. So yeah, that's one. The next one is so if you see right, a few of the high rises that have been started in 2020 are now coming close to completion, and as the builders who started constructing in 2019, 2020 have mostly sold all of their inventory, but not the landowners. So right now, for any of the new builders or the builders who started between 2023, 2024, right? The major issue for them is these landowner units. So there is going to be a lot of competition from this landowner units. Also, the investor units, the four and five, are like landowner is like whenever a builder is building a new apartment, right? Let's say the apartment is like 10 acres and he's building like 1,000 flats. So landowner gets something like 300 flats and builder gets like 700 flats. So usually during the end stages of building construction, so let's say the building started in 2020, around 2024 or 2025, when the building receives the occupancy certificate, the landowner share is also out, and that's when landowner really comes and starts selling. Even the investor, when the registration is done, right, or even in some cases, even before registration, right, he looks for a new owner. So these units are going to come in, and because of that, what's happening is these people will be offering their units for a lower price because landowner he doesn't really care about losses, right? All he gets is profit from his land, so he wants to just sell few of his units for some so let's say if the builder is selling for 9,000 per square SFT, right, the landowner might be selling something like 7,500 or something, so he just wants to sell some of them and buy somewhere land somewhere else. So that's going to be there, and so the new builder, that's the reason I assume the new building, new permissions, as well as new the builders who already started in last year, right, in 2024, has slowed down construction. And I mean, the number of floors that they are constructing per a month or per every 2 months, right, has really slowed down. The pace has really slowed down because they are not there is no real customers who are going to them and buying it. Instead, they are looking for these landowner shares or investor share. If you example, you can go to 99 acres or magic tricks and search any of your favorite project, and you'll definitely see resales for a landowner or investor resale. So that's one good way for end customers, but that's bad for builders. And so builder estimated time for them to hand over the projects might become late. Let's say if the estimate was like 3 years from now, you should not be surprised if that is going to be actually 5 years. And there might be a lot of delays, and that's when we need to see if RERA is really going to take an action. And like they said, if there is a delay, they are going to pay some interest, right? Like 12% or something. We need to see if they are really going to pay, or is it just a gimmick that government and builder cartel is doing on us. So, but guys, if you have already bought or if you are planning to buy, right, expect those delays to be there. And safer bet would be to go for readily available flats that are already there, and just check with landowners and investor shares. That would be really, I think, that would be wiser option than going with right now a new builder. And yeah, that's the resales I'm saying. So even people who have bought, I mean, all these three are relevant. So four, five, six. Next, there is also Amravati factor, because of which there is also Amravati factor, I would say, because of which I assume that Hyderabad market has slowed down. and many of the investors are not real waiting and are in a wait and watch mode. What really happens here is this mostly affects under construction apartments because most of the second tier or third tier builders depend on your money to actually go construct the apartment than taking a loan or them having some upfront money or cash in hand. So most of these Amaravati factor or whatever I have been suggesting, right? Most of them will affect these tier two, tier three, and below builders. So be really careful. And in general, there is also some IT slowdown that I am seeing even in India with AI coming up, right? It's way better than other countries, like example, developed countries like the USA. There is a complete freeze, but India is doing better. But people have projected that their salaries are going to go high, like around they were expecting the minimum to be like 10 to 12% hikes every year, and based on that calculation they have went ahead and signed in apartments which they might not be really be ready to, I mean I would say to pay those all those loans or be ready to pay their monthly mortgage. So now these people are really worried, or people are slightly scared, and the word of mouth now starts coming out, and a sense of caution might be spreading out in this next 1 to 2 years. So these are few reasons why I have been previously suggesting be cautious. My advice is check for landowner and investor share apartments if you are already in Hyderabad. Unlike going for a brand new under construction house, there is certain risk that is going to come up during in the under construction houses or apartments that was not previously seen in 2019, 2020, and 2021, and that's mostly because of the financial viability of all these builders is going to even increase as people start people start become circumspect and skeptic with their buying. So yeah, be really careful. Thanks everyone.